Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing the top 10 most anticipated comics of the month. And let's just jump in. Number 10 for me is the Mortal Thor, issue 1. Haven't read Immortal Thor in a while. I do like that Marvel does these jumping on points for books that you might have dropped along the way or you haven't tried out, and now there's a new way to get into these books. And I like the twist on the character. Obviously, Thor is known to be a Norse god, and you went the other direction with Immortal Thor, and now you're like, okay, let's ground Thor and make him mortal. So I'm curious to see what direction that's going to take for the character. Moving on to number 9, which is a Boom Studios book, Blink and You'll Miss It. I was a really big fan of Kill Your Darlings. This is the same writers from that book, and then also a totally new artist on this book as well. They're making their debut in comic books, and I'm just really excited to see this creative team back. Like I said, really enjoyed Kill Your Darlings, and I want to see what other stories they have to tell. Moving on to number 8, which is Superman, the Kryptonite Spectrum, issue 1. This is by the creative team of Ice Cream Man. Really cool to see a lot of different indie creators getting even more different titles, which I just mentioned with the Boom Studios book and now here. And I like the premise, the idea of exploring the Kryptonite spectrums. That is something that was done a lot in the Silver Age, but I feel like we haven't really gotten as much in recent years. I want to see their take on that. Moving on to number 7, which is Imperial War, Planet She-Hulk, issue 1. I have not been following the Imperial stuff, but I want to see She-Hulk's point of view. We haven't seen She-Hulk in a while, especially in a solo series. I don't know if this is a mini-series or if this is a one-shot, but I'm excited to see where She-Hulk is and what she's doing in the Marvel Universe right now. Moving on to number 6, which is Immortal Legend Batman, issue 1. This is from the writers of Power Rangers. Kyle Higgins, Matt Groom also has done a lot of the Massiveverse stuff. And this is kind of like a Batman Beyond, Power Rangers-esque Batman. And I'm really excited for that. As a Power Rangers fan, I want to see what that looks like for Batman with some great writers. So that is number 6 for me. Also, I believe Dan Mora is the artist. I don't know how Dan Mora does all these books, but I'm very happy for that because also he does have a connection with Power Rangers stuff as well. Moving on to number 5, I didn't think this would be on my list, but I'm really happy to see it, and that is Predator Kills the Marvel Universe. The reason why I didn't think it would be on my list because I don't really know much about Predator, but out of whim, I picked up the Predator vs. Spider-Man book and loved it, so I was like, all right, let's see what we got with Ben Percy and the rest of the Marvel Universe. I'm really anticipating this one. Moving on to number 4, speaking of Power Rangers, we got Power Rangers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, issue 1. Huge fan of Ryan Parrott's writing, and also the first volume really surprised me in the regard of I've never really been into the TMNT. I know the basics about the characters, but never really got into their stories. But that book in particular got me excited for that franchise, and I just enjoyed their team ups as famous teens in a very different setting and a very different type of story, and somehow they mesh together really well. Moving on to number 3, which is Cheetah and Cheshire Rob the Justice League, issue 1. I mean, the title kind of says it all, but if you're a fan of Black Magic, we got Greg Rucka and Nicola Scott returning as a team again, and I have this feeling that this is just going to be one of the best comics of the year. It has all the potential to be so, and it just feels so different, but also using the DC Universe in an interesting way. Very excited about that one. Moving on to number 2, which is all new Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider. The last volume we had Ghost Spider, Spider-Gwen, has some things returned back to normal. She doesn't have the Venom power anymore. Her father's in this universe. I want to see how that spills over in this issue, in this series, and I've really been enjoying Stephanie Phillips' voice for the character and glad she's returning to the series. Moving on to number 1, speaking of Spider People or the Spider Cast, we got Black Cat issue 1. I've really enjoyed all the Black Cat titles that have led up to this, and also G. Willow Wilson is writing this. I am so excited about that. I'm a huge Miss Marvel fan, and I want to see what her voice is going to be for Black Cat. Will we explore maybe a side of her bisexuality as well? I think there's so much potential for this book. So let me know in the comments below what are the books you're most anticipating this month, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. See you guys later. Bye.